3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
All right, 5 o'clock on a Friday. Let's do this. Let's hit the books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish, producer extraordinaire, Zach Phillips. I'm merely Brad Powers. Before we get to your questions, comments, concerns, and a whole lot more on what should be yet another loaded college football Saturday, and obviously a bunch of best bets. Let me remind everybody that Hit the Books this year does have indeed a new sponsor. You might have heard of them. It's called FanDuel. And you can make every moment more this college football season with a win on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Love FanDuel, first to market, whether it be FBS, FCS, win totals, derivative markets. Love the variety of options that they have. And right now, all customers can get a profit boost every single college football game day. That means you can pump up your gridiron winnings multiple times a week. Parlay boost builder for this week, Georgia, Texas. Obviously, one of the biggest games of the season, let alone this week. And obviously, if you're looking at certain player props, if you're looking at totals, you can use your bets on spreads, live bets, totals, so much more for this profit boost, again, on the Georgia-Texas game. And you can check that out. And also visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. You must be 21 plus and present in select states, or 18 plus and present in D.C. Opt-in required. Bonus issues as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg/help.com for your profit boost token. A PBT is what the young kids are calling it. PBT. Have you done one of these yet? These PBTs?
No, I did. I look at BP with the slang. The BPT. No, I didn't know that was part of the new the nomenclature of the kids there. But no, I like that. Need to just start throwing them around here. But yeah, you ready for a little big Saturday?
Obviously, we require. If there's correlation, you like Georgia. Correlate that with maybe Carson Beck passing yards over. Just get leading your way a little bit there. So make sure if you're doing a parlay, make sure there's some correlation there.
BP with the PBT just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. What's happening, man? How was your week? A lot of football between the last time we talked. A bunch of midweek games. How you liking the midweek games? Obviously, Conference USA, MAC. We had a good ACC game last night. Sunbelt games. We got a bunch of games on tonight. Loving a bunch of midweek football.
I do like. Well, I will say, I didn't. I didn't know there could be a conference that would have me longing for action, but it is Conference USA. Because I tell you what, some of that football, not exactly. I won't be telling my kids about Kennesaw, Middle Tennessee, but
oh, that was rough.
Woo, yeah. So a couple of some midweek, and it's just a nice appetizer for a weekend filled with some real bangers here and some. So hey. Maybe national championship preview, that type of game. Couple of big ones.
I don't know about that, but I can tell you this. Yeah, we'll see. Zach, before we get into questions, comments, let's recap best bets. We have seen some good line movement on a bunch of these, so we'll see if we can get the CLV home. Oklahoma State tonight. I was told that was a terrible play by, the old Blue Horseshoe said that was a horrible. Look at that.
CLV close right there. 14.
Yeah, unbelievable. Wisconsin -6.5. I mean, folks, another, right through a key number. Kent State plus 20.5. Still like it. Still holding. Over in the Rice game. Still like that. And obviously a big one there, crossing through that ultimate key number of 0. But flip from dog to favorite. I mean, it did move 4 points. Kentucky there. We got it plus 2.5. So CLV's there. let's hopefully those 5 bets can get home, and we'll probably have 4 or 5 more for you guys here. So, well, it's just, do I want to say this? In another market, like I'm a financial market. I mean, that's all you can. You get rewarded for getting out in front of stuff, right? I mean, I don't know. And now we got to rely on.
Yeah, you get it. You got to get paid here. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
So I mean, The only thing we need now is a bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids to come through. Easier said than done.
The always reliable.
Yeah, real reliable. All right, let's get to the chat. The true superstars of this show is you guys, the listeners, the viewers, the chat. You guys run this show. D-Lee23, call me a square, but I'm betting Georgia, throwing out the Mississippi State game. These kids, after all, and you couldn't drop a bigger look-ahead spot. See y'all Monday when the dogs went outright. Thanks as always. Have you bet the game yet, Georgia, Texas? A little bit of Georgia for me today.
Did you really? Okay.
I said a little bit, showed 4, 5s, 4.5s. I haven't bet it yet.
No, I haven't either. I mean, a lot of early money on Texas. Our friend Jeff Benson said a lot of respected money betting on Texas, putting it through multiple key numbers. I got to tell you, I don't know if I'm going to have a side. This might be a lot. Obviously, I'll be locked into this one, so maybe more of a live trading game. Do I think it hits, a key of 6? Probably not. So I think right now I'm probably on the fence for this one. Georgia has really, had some disappointing efforts this year. And again, we Kirby Smart, not a guy who can rally the troops, elite coach and all that, but there seems to be a delta between these teams that I don't know if it's, 6 or 7 points, but I don't blame the people that took out, the 3.5 and all that. So, but I'm not itching to get involved here with where I don't see, I don't see 6. I obviously don't see 7. I don't see a major move back down. So
yeah, I agree.
I'm probably just watching and enjoying and maybe some live.
And I still think there's some uncertainty on Texas. Haven't faced a legit passing offense yet, in my opinion, to say the least. I'll probably be involved, but it's more in the derivative market. Let's let that open up for tomorrow's show. So we do have tomorrow's show, and I got some quick homework for you.
Oh,
we need to announce that. What are we doing?
I never do this before the show. Maybe it's good content.
Well, it just shows you that we, that we just, turn on the mics and here we go.
So we got Miami, Louisville.
Yeah,
we got.
I think Nebraska, Indiana's the
UCLA, Rutgers is a no. Wisconsin, Northwestern, we got a best bet in that, but I tell you, I'm not gonna. It wouldn't be on the main TV. Auburn, Missouri, and Nebraska, Indiana.
What are we doing? We got some decent options for a change.
We got some decent options. I would say, yeah, you met Miami, Louisville, or Nebraska, Indiana. I think are our 2 premium options there.
I'll leave it up to the chat. How about that?
All right. We'll decide at the end of the show. We'll make it official.
We'll leave it up. I don't know if Zach is pretty good. I don't know if he could do like a quick chat poll. I think I've seen it on other streams. If we could do a quick chat poll and you guys vote what noon game we should do for tomorrow.
Tulsa Temple also. Our dub mentioned. I left that one off there. Whoa! Tulsa Temple, war of the touts there. Some people on Tulsa, some people on Temple, some head to head there.
Yeah, fabulous one asking about that one. Tulsa plus 3.5. Is Temple getting too much respect for hanging in with UConn? It's the type of game where, I'm going to cop out and say this. I'll take 3.5. I lay 2.5. I think 3 should be the number.
I'm gonna probably copy what you said verbatim, and yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not a game that I'd be itching. And this is kind of the sentiment of some people that I bet wasn't a game I was really itching to get involved in either way. But at 3.5, it'd be Tulsa or nothing for me.
I agree. Statistically, Temple's the better team, much better team. They're at home. I definitely don't trust laying more than a field goal with them. So, yep. Lean at current right there, and you saw it on the FanDuel. Lean plus 3.5 there, even with a little bit extra juice. Bert Brownies, happy Friday, fellas. Right back at you, Bert. Thanks for being with us again. Now, plug your nose and play UCF. I am not going to do that. Are you? Ja'Cory Brown did show some things last week, but they're not buttoned up enough for me.
Even in No, they're definitely not buttoned up. Even in
what's the data point that's great for them? Because the TCU game sucks. I mean, the Colorado game was terrible. The Florida game's terrible. Last week was terrible. I mean, Sam Houston, you got to go back to week 2.
Yeah. No, and I will say, I think I'm worried. I mean, I will say Ja'Carry Brown was definitely the better of the options last week. First of all, is Jefferson is he just gone? Is he just benched for the year? Or
I don't know what they're doing. Why did they go to that freshman? That was silly.
I don't know. He was terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And that's another one. Like, I don't know what the QB rotation is, because if you told me it's between Brown and Jefferson, I like it better. If you told me Jefferson is, I don't know, is in exile and it's, he's going to give Colson some snaps, can't throw at all. So yeah, I would need a 14. I'm gonna cop out there and say 14. With that said, Iowa State's offense has really finally started to get it cooking. But yeah, I 14 or better, and you'd have me a small on UCF.
Charles in the chat, am I overthinking the line movement? Utah TCU. How can you say Wilson is a downgrade over that version of Rising? Any thoughts on that game in SMU minus 16? Stanford run out of gas, in my opinion. I did bet SMU earlier this week. Still lean that way, even after it's moved. I agree with you. What's the FanDuel line, Zach, currently on Utah TCU? Because we might have a bet here.
No,
not at 3.5.
Yeah.
Might come back to that one because I'm seeing some threes pop in the market. Did you see that?
Yep.
And we have a huge super chat. Crypt Zombie. Good evening. We appreciate you. Good gents. Best gambler show there is. Well, we appreciate that. Only if we win. Thank you for all you do for us, D-Gents. Who wins the Big 12 championship? Also, do you see value on any long shots? Thank you. Zach, if you have that, I know I'm asking a ton of you. You're getting your work cut out for you, but that's why Crypt just gave you $20, bud. Can you pull up the Big 12 futures? We'll take a gander.
I will say this is, I think, of the power conferences, I think the only conference where it's not down to 3 teams at this point. And
it's down to what, 8? I mean,
yeah, the only conference where one of these could kind of hit the road here.
Iowa State deserves to be the fair. I'm just looking at my win projections here.
To me, I think Iowa State gets there.
Yeah,
I think there's some vet in I am not a Kansas State or a BYU buyer.
I am not either. I don't know who else I'd have though. I don't trust anybody yet. Iowa State's getting there. I mean, we'll see. Texas Tech this week has an interesting game where it's a trust factor game. If they handle business against Baylor, maybe I trust them a little bit more. The only team I trust is Iowa State and watch them lose to UCF. But I do trust what I saw in Morgantown last week. And so I don't have anything. I have a bunch of stupid tickets from earlier this season. So I didn't bet Iowa State. That's the only team I didn't bet at the top. What an idiot I am. I'm going to go for 5 in the futures market.
I got to give one of my guys credit. He got me on some Iowa State. Actually, I had a couple of people that were at me on. So with that said, there's that band of Colorado, Arizona State, West Virginia, Utah that even Texas Tech, like that band of 5 teams. This is it crypto? I feel like you're not getting your money's worth here because I'm giving you a 5 team. I don't actually hate a sprinkle on any of those teams. Gun to my head, and then man, if they didn't get, I mean, this price would be significantly lower if they would have won. But Colorado, they've been playing better.
Yeah, of that bunch there, Colorado or Arizona State for me, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. That would be
especially. This is a big week. Like if you like, I would say the viewpoint. If you like either one against the spread this week, I would say diversify the portfolio with because they're short dogs. If you like them against the spread, obviously you're thinking they got a chance to win outright. I think that would be the diversification of the portfolio. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not on either one though. I know Tent loves Colorado. I don't dislike either one this week. I just I wish I had a stronger take. This conference, I'll just say this: they got the best of me this year.
Yeah, I feel like, man, lose if they would have pulled that game out last week, given themselves some margin, even with a little bit of the injuries they took last week, you could feel real strong about Colorado, but then you wouldn't be getting 18-1. I mean, their remaining schedule outside, if they can pull this off against Zona, then they got Cincinnati coming in. They have the head-to-head against Tech, Kansas, Oklahoma State to end it. That'd probably be my pick of the litter there.
I'll give them a sneaky team from a value aspect as far as the game in and game out. Keep an eye on Houston with Chris at quarterback. Just that's the best actionable.
500-1?
Not 500-1. I'm just saying on a game in and game out basis, they could be a fundamentally different team with him at quarterback. Keep an eye on that. Charles, we appreciate the super chat though. Really do. And hopefully you just bought Zach dinner tonight. So he appreciates it too. Charles saw in the chat, bottom of the rotation. Any opinion on Michigan State plus 6.5? Are you taking some Southern Miss at plus 7.5 shows? I took Southern Miss is definitely a buy at that price. I've already bet them at a little bit higher than that this week. I like Michigan State this week. I think they're live.
Let's lock it in. I agree. I think they're.
Where are we at that on Michigan State, Iowa, Zach? Where are we at on the FanDuel line there? Because it's been back and forth a little bit. I want to take at least 6. We got a 6? Nope. See, that's what I mean. If he can find 6s out there at other places, let's lock that in.
I think that's the only 5.5 out there.
Don't want that. We're not doing that. We don't roll 6, that way.
Zach locked in a 6 because 6 is pretty widely available. I agree with FanDuel with the shade here. I agree. I think Sparty's live in this game. Little bit of prep time to go for Iowa, maybe a little bit overvalued after that Washington game where it seemed like they kind of were able to, get Washington out of steam in that second half. I like
that's a misleading blowout.
Yeah. So, let's lock in Michigan.
We got a 6. 6 at minus 110. We're good. We're locked in there. Boom.
We are locked in there.
Top service to give out Michigan State first half. So there you go, Mark S. Any good first half plays this weekend? Michigan State's also really good in the first half, +3. Tout Service gave that out. I like the game script that Jonathan Smith has. Those first 15, 20 to plays that I've seen from him are really good. You just need Childs to protect the football. They do that. Again, they're very live here. Oh, wow, +3.5. Extra juice, though, a lot of juice.
But
that's not bad. That's on a total of 39 in a first half. That's really good. There you go.
There you go.
So I'm not going to double it up, but that's pretty good there. Patrick in the chat. Hey, guys, happy Friday. How do we like West Virginia +3 minus 110? I think 3's a pretty good. That's not widely available. I'm not going to best bet it, but I certainly lean West Virginia's way. I'm a little cautious with them. I went in pretty big on them last week and disappointed me, but that usually means that they'll win outright this week. So I lean that way. Did you bet this? There was a lot of steam on West Virginia yesterday.
I would definitely, there was a lot of steam. I mean, I lean that way for sure if you got a 3 or better. I am not a Kansas State. I don't think I bet on that one this year. I think they've kind of been even fortunate to kind of be where they're at so far. We kind of week in, week out, I haven't loved the Kansas State team this year, and I'm not sure there's much separating them and West Virginia. So if you're getting a 3 at home, I'm in on that.
Chris in the chat, where are we at on Baylor and Texas Tech? I think Baylor and the under are the sharp sides here. It's not best bet material for me. Weather, a little bit of weather.
I haven't gotten involved on this one.
Yeah.
That's definitely, the market says, early Baylor here. Man,
you don't like Aranda.
I don't really. I will say the offense has been much better under Sawyer Robinson, and they've get. I mean, 3 straight weeks here where they've had some production, being able to go up and down the field maybe with Texas Tech. I know
they're
some
not
Rutgers,
buttoned up though. They don't do.
they aren't. They aren't.
They show flashes. I mean, they play
Yeah.
like half games. I thought they were going to get absolutely hammered against BYU. They came back and could have come back and won the game, but turnovers. And then they outplayed Iowa State for large portions of that game and still got blown out.
And just fell apart at the end there. I agree. I mean, Texas Tech is kind of like
I'm not buying Texas Tech.
No, me neither. Because
I think there's an opportunity to fade them coming up here, Texas Tech. Statistically, they're not that great. I thought they're fortunate. They're fortunate against Arizona. Look at that box score. So Arizona had to settle for like 6 field goal attempts. And then they're fortunate in Cincinnati too. So I don't like Texas Tech. I think I'm more fade Texas Tech than buy and be pro Baylor. That's kind of my opinion. But I didn't get there. I wanted to. I think there was a 7 out there. I just was too late, too greedy, too late for that one. Guy asked in the chat, hey, guys, thank you both very much. I hear Diego Pavia is not 100%. Have you heard? Yeah, he's definitely not 100%, but I think he's going to play.
Yeah. And, I think he's a little banged, but he's, from all indications I've heard, he's going. And so, and you know what? Like, he's one of those guys.
I need 28 to bet Ball State.
Yeah, it's funny because I just got that text before we got on, said if we can get it 28. Play some Ball State, but yeah, I would agree with that.
We might get there.
Yeah,
it's just wait. I mean, we got another show tomorrow, so let's see if we get there. There's been some late week money on Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Let's just be patient. So that's kind of our thoughts there. Guy asked, still like Wisconsin -8. Yep, still leaning that way. Remember, best bet. You watch the Monday show, 6.5.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that play.
I would hate to do, oh, I'm allergic to Braden Locke here, but it seems like, and again, Locke's still good for a turnover here and there. He's really, I don't want to say turns it around, but it seems like the offense has really got it going here. And Northwestern, a little bit of juice with the new QB, but even if it was set, I would still say lay a 7. I think past 7, I'd probably leave it alone here.
Ryan in the chat, big rivalry weekend in Oxford. He's talking Oxford, Ohio. Spread Hawks laying 3.5 feels dicey unless Chuck Martin and the boys finally solve their offense. I'm going to disagree with your boy. I'm going to wait and see if I can get a 3. I just recently watched the Miami-Cincinnati game. I think Miami, Ohio is a little underrated. I just think they played a tough schedule at the start of the season. I mean, at Northwestern, they played Cincinnati at home, at Notre Dame, at Toledo. Where you at on that one? I lean Miami if I can find a 3.
Me too. I'm on the lean that side of the fence as well.
Tenton hates Miami.
I know.
He went against them last week.
Yeah, I really feel like last week was, hindsight 2020. Last week was kind of like the market bottom per se on Miami, Ohio, and you get them at cheap for Michigan. I'm not as in love with it this week, but I'd still lean that way. I agree with you. I think they kind of got a little undervalued from the early rough patch. No,
I think I'm not anti-Ohio. I think they're also a team that played a difficult schedule. I think both are sneaky in the MAC. The winner of this game, I'll go so far as to say this. The winner of the Northern Illinois Toledo game is the MAC favorite.
Yeah.
The winner of this game, I think, is sneaky, could be in the MAC championship game. We just play on team down the stretch.
Talked about, the Big 12 being open. There's how many teams are still live in the MAC? Like going down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe. We'll have to see here. What I thought was a Falcon lock. Now they're in
trouble.
They've opened
big trouble.
They've opened the door for some.
I'm kind of hoping. I think we have Northern Illinois, don't we? I think we have the Huskies. I think. Zach, check that out. What our portfolio looks like on the Mac.
What's the alumni email here and on Basilak here for the weekend?
I think he might play, but he is not 100%. I wouldn't play him. Don't play him. We got Toledo on deck. We need a Kent State cover for this week, for Christ's sake. So,
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, I don't play them.
Also, why was it Camden, or why did they go to that guy instead of
Orth is banged up. He's been banged up all off season.
Gotcha.
He was healthy for it felt like 2 weeks this whole off season. That's it. Because they both were out for the spring, and I thought Lucian getting the whole spring reps himself would help him. And I liked that he was running around against Fordham, and I thought it was impressive. Guess what? Fordham's the biggest downgrade in FCS this year. I mean, they're that bad. So, boy, I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I thought, it hit the market on Don Best screen. He's questionable. Well, no shit. That market already knew that. And then we got the tick from 20.5 to 21. So that tells me maybe he's a little bit, 60-40 going to play. I don't know. I like Kent State. I like your bet.
Here's what I'm going to say. And this is, if I see what's his name taking first team reps and warm-ups from now, mind you, even getting someone to tweet this, I'll probably have to go to the game myself to get that information to see who's getting.
I'll pay the old man to go. It's at BG, right?
Yeah.
If he's getting first team reps, I'll pay him to go.
I would then sprinkle a little Kent money line. It was that bad last week.
All right, I'll get in touch. What time is the game?
Boots on the
he's
ground.
Traveling to scout some high school football today. Let's see if I can get him to go. What time is this game? 3:30. I'll try to bribe him to go.
I love it.
All right.
You need to sweeten the pot.
Well, I'll get on that. I'll get on that. So no promises. He's something else. I mean, he'll drive 2 hours for a high school game, but not doesn't even want to go to Toledo or BG.
Might be some good seats still available for that one.
Oh, yeah. Weather. It's always weather dependent too. D-League 23. Still like Hawaii. I lean that way. Nothing big though.
No, I mean,
I never really liked them. I mean, I bet them, but that don't mean nothing. I mean, I make 100 bets a week. I lean that way. Nothing big though.
Yeah, and again, it was. I know Boise's obviously a much multiple classes above them.
They fought in that game.
They did.
The closer was 21.5. I'm here to tell you, if that was a widely available line during the middle of the week, we would have had instead of that F in total, 21.5 would have been the best bet. I don't like 18.5 though. I just took 20 just because I thought it should be like 18. So I pass. I don't like Hawaii off the islands. If that makes sense. I don't like them on the mainland. Never have.
Yeah.
Bailey 314. What do you think of Fresno minus 2.5 tonight? No, I'm on Nevada tonight. I think Nevada wins outright.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go head to head.
All right. At 2.5 though, I don't want to go 2.5. Let's go 3. You just said they're going to win outright. You just think they're going. All right, we'll go with 2.5.
There we go. Give me the ball. Give me the Bulldogs, baby.
Where we at there? All right, we'll go 2.5. Boom. Yeah, I this Nevada. Not a lot of consistency among teams in college football. Boy, Nevada's been pretty consistent all year, every week, man. Outside the Minnesota game, which was just a horrific spot for them, and even then they didn't get blown out like I thought they might. Every week they bring it. Nevada outright. There we go. Head to head.
Due for a letdown. Fresno, baby.
Nick in the chat, thoughts on Stanford plus 16.5? Not there. I don't know what they got left. Too many cross country. Notre Dame physically beat them up last week. Even the backups beat them up. SMU's off a bye. No, yeah, I would need 17.5 to even entertain it. Arthur in the chat, Louisville plus 4.5. I think you get a little bit better. Can you get 5? 5 widely available? Not that 5 is critical, but I just,
right. Yeah, it's out there. I think
you're on the other side. You like Miami?
I'm on the Miami side. And you know what? I kind of regret. Now, there were some 3.5s early. I didn't got a small piece, didn't get as much as I would have liked there. I'm on the Miami.
4.5.
4.5, mostly 5 out there.
All right. I'm pondering head to head. Nah, I don't like what I've seen from Louisville. Pass for me. The Knish loves Miami. He loves the Kings.
Yeah. Where's Rocco?
Most importantly, he loves the phone calls up to the wherever their offices are when it comes to calls. Ring, ring. Hello. We need Miami to stay undefeated. Eat that. It's funny, but I don't know. It is peculiar. They've had a couple of calls go their way. Tennessee plus 3.5. Arkansas plus 2.5. Cincinnati minus 4.5. Tennessee's a good price. So, I mean, I don't mind that because I lean that way. Arkansas, I don't. That's Taylor Green stuff's back and forth. I don't know. Cincinnati, no. Even though I hate Jeff Sims, but I don't. Where are you at there? Probably the under in the Cincy Arizona State game.
It's so funny. It's Jeff Sims. After if you've been a longtime listener of Hit the Book, I kind of think it's an overreaction there on the Levitt to Jeff Sims.
You like it? You like Arizona State?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Where are you at?
Pass.
Okay.
You better take it there, right there. That's a good price, right?
Yeah, that was. I know it actually. I think what did it fly? Did it get above that a bit for a bit?
Yeah, 6.5. You want 5.5?
Yeah, that's what I was got a little greedy looking for a 7, but I'm also like. I don't really. I watched.
Man, traveling across the country, 9 a.m. start time.
That's
what you want. I mean, if that's your best bet, this is a democracy.
No. I'm not best. If it was a 7, then I'd be like, we're best bet. But he is not Dollar. Jeff Sims is not.
Well, yeah, I know. That.
He can move. He can give him the ball, let him show a little something. Kenny Dillingham, he'll have him coach.
Way better coach than Satterfield.
Yeah.
The doctor took advantage of it. As soon as that got announced, it got up to like 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
He came back on ASU. I thought that was a smart play by him.
Yeah, it was. And doctors, he's annoying. Need to.
Yeah, he's going high volume the last week or so.
Needs to retire.
Eat that in the chat. So yeah, definitely lean on Arizona State. I didn't know it was 5.5. Oh no, we'll already be doing the show. Keep an eye on that one tomorrow. 5 dead number. 6 is show. I'll be in on that. Eat that. Texas State minus 9.5. I lean that way. I bet them. Made it 10.
Lean that way too. Defense there in San Marcos been a little leaky. With laying these big numbers, you kind of got to go for. I'm not involved though. I lean that way. And this number's kind of been right around there.
Old Dominion's the last couple of years, they are the bane to my existence. Old Dominion, them motherfuckers. The bowl game, everything, the BG game, just I hate them. Market wise, I don't have anything against anybody in the program.
Yeah,
I can't figure them out. Guy asks Western Michigan Buffalo over 48.5. I did make that bet this week. I lean that way. Akron should have scored way more last week.
What's that current price in the Western Michigan? I'm looking for it here.
Western Michigan slightly favored.
You want to go over 48.5?
Yeah, I mean, I made it 51. So
yeah,
why not?
I mean, it's kind of come down enough in the range where I like that 48.5.
Yeah, let's go over 48.5.
Western Michigan, not much of a defense. Buffalo offense started to get it, clicking a little bit in some cases. I think they can actually move it here. So, yeah, I like that over.
All right. Best bet. There we go. Western Michigan Buffalo over. I'm just double checking. Yep, I made it 51. Jacob C. USF minus 13.5. I made that bet. Lean that way. Backup quarterbacks. I trust the coach much more than Dilfer on his way out. So lean there. That wasn't a slam dunk last week. I had that Memphis against South Florida. I thought early, I'm like, they're going to win this game by 40, and it wasn't the case. And in fact, Memphis scored a defensive touchdown there. So I do lean USF. Action Sports Central, what do you do when you clearly bet a bad number like Oklahoma minus 2? How often do you try and bet out of it live or pre-flop? It kind of depends. Oklahoma, that swung to South Carolina favored, and I think it swung back, right? It's Oklahoma 1 now.
It's depends on where you shop. There's some ones either way and some pick.
It's just always number dependent. I mean, I used to try to get out of stuff. Now I just like, whatever. I just take the losses sometimes.
Yeah, I think it all kind of
Where are you
washes.
at?
I mean,
Where are you at on that?
I would say the only time I would, if
If it's like injury related, if it's the
Ye-
market, I don't trust the market. Oh wow, it moved again. Big deal.
yeah, I would say, it depends on if it's just a normal position, like a normal stake that I would have, then for the most part, just let it go. If I'm live trading and I can get out of, if I get a nice middle on it or something, but I'm not just gonna get out of it to get out of it unless there's some reason, like,
Unless I get like in front of the quarterback. Okay, the quarterback's
yeah,
going to be out, and I know it before it's moved, and then I get out of it. That's
one
when I do that.
an example of that would be I took some Georgia Tech early at it was like, and then
You
my
contact me because we all got that info yesterday,
and
and
then I got some
I
good
tried to
info.
tell people that's no bueno.
Got some good info from my friend BP here, who was able. So I was able to get out of that position. That's the example where, like, okay, now I know this is going to blow through the number I bet. Now it's fun. Now I will say, there's some people out there who aren't totally convinced that Thamel and BP are right here on King.
Yeah, I think he's out.
I think so too. I
I
mean,
I would love to dunk on Tham. I can't, but I think he's out. And I'll say this. I'll go so far to say this because everyone asked me. I like Notre Dame whether he plays or doesn't play.
I was just gonna say, if he's in, he's not gonna be right.
Yeah.
And without his, if he can't, the whole thing of Haynes King is his mobility. Yeah, if he doesn't have that, then he's a below average.
Because I'll tell you this. I was on a show this morning. It was down to 9.5 at FanDuel and some other spots. And the expectation was he's going to play. I gave out Notre Dame best bet. If it comes tomorrow, we're doing tomorrow's halftime show. It's an hour before the kickoff of the Notre Dame Georgia Tech game. That's at 3:30, and it gets somehow announced that he's going to play, and the line comes down. I'm going to own Notre Dame. I like Notre Dame this week. So I like them last week. So I know everyone's like, "Oh, you always get the Notre Dame game wrong." I always get it wrong when I'm like everywhere, and I'm usually like against them. Oh, they'll get killed by a Texas A&M and all that stuff. I like what I'm seeing. I know it was just Stanford. That was crazy. I don't want to embarrass the horseshoe, but I got some funny texts. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, you need to save those until.
Well, I'm going to save them tonight because he told us how bad our bet was. Oklahoma State, remember that?
Yeah,
we got 10. He gave out 9.5. Come on, folks. I mean, what's the line right now? 8.5, 9. He does not. He gets some heat, but not enough, in my opinion. Mason Miller, Florida State +3. Lean that way. Where you at?
Yep. I've bet Florida State. That I think there's a few fleeting threes still out there. I'd still bet it at 3. Think they're live tonight.
Where we at? Where's the FanDuel line on that one?
I think it's 2.5 at FanDuel.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Need a 3 for this game. Low scoring, ugly. There's some out there, but if you can find one, I still like it at 3.
John in the chat, Temple -3, A&M -17.5, Mississippi State. I made Temple 3, so pass. A&M too rich. I bet him this week. Too rich now.
Yeah, the A&M window is gone now, especially because
who was that? Was that a tout service?
I don't know who that was on A&M.
I mean, that's a 4.5 point move.
Yeah.
And it's 19.5 in some spots. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's really keyed up. I noticed that earlier that it had really
been scrappy.
I was gonna say I like that Van Buren kid. He can play a little bit. With that said,
I think A&M is a good team.
So. I was gonna say Texas A&M, that's the best game Texas A&M has played, since they beat good Bama a few years ago at home, or so.
So what we're looking for A&M is next week. They welcome in the Fighting Brian Kellys. So we will be looking at that game, particularly, depending on what LSU does this week. Guy asked Colorado State -7. I think you can get better than that now. Wasn't there some buyback on Air Force?
I actually, some friends of the show liked Air Force there.
I don't. I can tell you that.
Okay.
I think the smart play was tense play on the under. Going to be some weather.
Yeah, I like that too.
Cold and precip, I think. So under for me. I can't bet. I can't bet Air Force. I mean, I know they moved it late last week. They moved it late last week. They were down 4 touchdowns in New Mexico. How are you betting this team? I mean, they're terrible.
I know. I mean, Horton's off for the year. There's another
I know that, but they got other
Colorado
guys.
State receiver hurt. I will say though, they've been playing even with that, they've been playing better football, and that was a Colorado State team that beginning of the year. I was like, this team is cooked. They have been playing better. I'm not trying to lay a touchdown though.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring up bad memories for the old Blue Horseshoe, but yeah, he did have another great one this week on the money line on a Tuesday night.
It's funny. I woke up the next morning.
Does he not get enough? I mean, he takes heat, but I'm telling you, he should be really taking heat. Every week.
I regret not tweeting that out on the morning of because I was talking to some guys. I was like,
who was on that? I bet New Mexico State
in these trash G5 games or like the bottom of the barrel. Who's laying minus 400 on some of these games? Like in a New Mexico State game, I'm going to lay minus 400 in a Conference USA game.
The terrible Louisiana Tech team that can't win.
Oh, this is great. Zach? I mean, somebody give Zach where is this tweet? This tweet does not have it. Was that oh my God. I missed that. The Doc 5. I need to. I'll make sure that gets some more love after the show. Yeah, I love he gave out my Miami +1 unit there.
Yeah, that's funny. Because that was the old ring up to the ACC officials. He can thank them for that one.
I refuse. I do not. There's easier ways to make money than laying heavy money line prices in some of these like middle tier games, especially with the compression of.
There's way too much variance in these, and I don't know how you trust bad teams in those spots. They're bad teams. We're just trying to help you. We love you, man. I mean, we love to hate you, but I mean, there's still some love there. We're just trying to help you out, man. That's all. I know he's watching. Matt, thoughts on Texas Tech team total over 30.5? Baylor defense has quit. I'm not there because of the weather.
Yeah, the weather, and I really don't think Baylor's quit. I think that you've seen the effort. I mean, it was once maybe you could tell me that UAB's defense is quit or it's just the worst of all time. But I think Baylor's still been playing. The results really haven't been there, but I think the team's still competing.
They did in the second half against BYU when they were, I thought they were going to get beat by 50.
Iowa State for 3.5 quarters.
Jacob in the chat, Joey props. 50.5 too low for Milroe's rushing line. The sack potential scares me. I agree with that handicap.
Right before the show, played some Milroe over passing yardage from the franchise there.
I like that more, the passing yards.
Okay.
Pull that up. I can rubber stamp that. I love old franchise. But Tennessee has not faced a passing offense at all.
I think we played 225, 227. So 235. You want to go 235? I feel like.
I mean, I don't have the model. Well, my model projects 247.6 and only sees value with the Bayesian or all that. If you think it's good, I like the handicap there because Tennessee has not seen a passing offense.
Go with it, and you know what? I kind of like I feel like this is a little bit of an over game for both teams to get right on offense here.
There you go. I bet the under. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
I hear you though. I hear him. I just played a big number early in the week.
Yeah.
I understand why people are playing it back. You like over 56.5? Where you at there?
I mean,
no. We'll just go with Milroe. We're going to root for some big time passes. There we go. Milroe over passing yards. Love it. Franchise approved. Even better. Jacob Murphy. Just said that. Gaius, New Mexico -2. I'm not there on that. Did you bet this game? I bet the under, but that's just me being being an asshole.
I did not bet this game. I feel like this is going to be the ultimate. Like this is the highest variance game of the season, probably. Two bad teams, offensive. And, this is one. I mean, it's probably a great live trader if you're going to watch it. But yeah, I don't think I'm getting involved here pre-flop on the side.
Eli in the chat, opinion on the sexiest game of the weekend, Rutgers hosting UCLA, fading time zone chatter with the Bruins. I did, but not at this price. It never got low enough for me to play back Rutgers, but I
talked
would
about
not
that.
bet UCLA at current. I could tell you that.
No, and you know what? We should have well, it's foreign. What a fraudulent 4-2. I will say this:
with our negativity on Rutgers, or what?
we really should have, because Kelly McManus has kind of really showed himself to be who he thought he was here after the guy puts up some numbers against Akron and Howard, and then everybody jumps off the wagon here. I can't believe they beat Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech. Like, they played that game again this week. Virginia Tech would bury them. I think Rutgers has got some. Even so, I'll put this schedule together for them. It's a miracle. Let's see. I'm off for Rutgers. I will say that it would have had to get a lot lower for me to get involved on that.
All right.
I'm with you though on the UCLA at the back, but it's kind of in the.
I just worry 9 a.m. start across the country.
Yeah.
They've been playing tough for 60-minute games, and I wonder when they finally have a game where they kind of don't show. Garrett Green over 194 passing yards. He's the West Virginia quarterback, small dog at home. Opponents are much more likely to attack Kansas State through the air, as they are 127th in pass yards allowed, while 9th in yards per carry against. Did franchise give you anything on that game?
Have not gotten involved on that game. I like the analysis. I will say that West Virginia's, their cup of tea is usually sticking to the ground game almost to a fault in the Neil Brown era, but I don't hate the play. I wouldn't be on the under there, I will say.
Christoph Harper, life savings, KU money line, Nebraska +7 if it becomes available. I would prefer Nebraska +7 out of those two.
Me too. Strongly of those two, yeah.
I think there's some variance in the KU Houston game. That being Chris, the new quarterback at Houston. That's not the one to play in money line.
No, I agree. But yeah, Nebraska, we'll be keeping an eye on to see if a clean 7 pops. There's some.
I think there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Top Service will have a decision to make then. That's how much I would like Nebraska at 7. Guy S. Oh, we can transition. This is good because we're at almost, we're coming down this home stretch here, the show. Colorado +2.5 outright win. Is that part of it? Yeah, I forgot to mention it. Is that part of the Joey K special, the money line round robin parlay?
I will say, I do like that. I mean, you're kind of, I hate it because you're late to the party here, but at 3 or better, absolutely on Colorado. Is there any? I got to look at the market on this one. I feel like they all got bought up. I do like that play a lot this week. With Hunter being cleared, I don't think Arizona's any good.
No.
So
without further ado, let's get to your money line.
Let's go. But Zach, babe, pull it up. Give me let me start with a MAC. Number 1, Central Michigan's going to a backup quarterback. I don't think he's any worse than the start. I mean, there's a team that's rotated QBs for years. So I like Central on the side. I don't think Eastern. I mean, I think you're getting the better team there. I think it's a MAC game where you're getting the better team. Nobody loves MAC money lines more than Joey K, baby. So fire up chips. Give me the money line there. So Toledo, this is going to be a little bit presumptuous. You might have backup quarterbacks for both teams. Toledo might have just been a, Gleason getting bold. I think I have a lot more confidence in who Toledo's putting out there than the backup for Northern Illinois. So Ethan Hampton, I think it was a concussion last week. Very hard to get info on these programs. My guess would be that he doesn't go. And I don't think that Northern Illinois can keep up with Toledo off. They are buttoned up on defense, but I think there'll be a bit of a challenge here. So give me Toledo on the money line there. Colorado, we just talked about. Think they're very live in this game. Loved them at anything 3 or above. But I just think they're going to win this game outright. Maybe even like we talked about earlier in the show, little sprinkle of the Big 12 futures if they're going to win this one. And Zach, scroll it down a little bit for the last one.
Boom.
Sparty up, baby.
Love Sparty.
Yeah. Jonathan Smith, Iowa fade parlayed with a Jonathan Smith money line there. Give it to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Night game, Spartan Stadium. Love it. Sparty. All right. Robert in the chat. There you go. So
There we
again,
go.
it was Central
Central.
Michigan, Toledo, Colorado,
Toledo.
Michigan State.
There we go.
Of the four, I like the biggest one. Robert in the chat, thoughts on Texas Tech Baylor? We covered that one. Kansas State, West Virginia, we covered that one. USC Maryland, we have not, though.
We have not covered that one.
I lean USC. I know the cross-country travel. I know they're down Anthony Lucas and Eric Gentry for the season. I think it's buy low on SC. So I laid 7.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I don't love what's happening at Maryland. The Loxley taking over play calling. They look like trash. I think USC is a significantly better team. Spot isn't great, but I would need a 7 or better. I know most places ticked above 7. It would have to be 7 or better for me.
Ja Rule. Let's get his thoughts on the situation. FSU plus 3 tonight. Yep, we are on that. Got to find the 3, though. Jacob Murphy, thoughts on Khalil Mullings? Oh, yay. We get to this game. I love this game. 81.5. I think Michigan can have success on the ground. Where are you at on this one? Props, side, total, where you at?
Man, this was Michigan. Or I think because it all went down before we got on Monday. Was that
it did.
Michigan was really.
We should have still laid the 3, though. Was it still 3 when we were doing the show, or was there 3.5s already popping?
I think most places have gone to 4. That's probably the only 3.5. I would need, and you know what? Also, they had a cheap. There was minus somebody. I'll give it whoever was. I can't remember in the chat was like minus 144 was the money line. We should have let. And now, yes, we should have laid that minus 144.
I'm not laying that money line. That's
no, not at minus 190. But some expect the left tackle Hinton to be back. They're making a change at right tackle. Think you get Tuttle with a couple of weeks of practice. They should be fully healthy outside of maybe one of the defensive ends more. And yeah, I mean, Illinois is just a fraudulent pumpkin there on this season. So I think a good spot. I know they're doing the whole Red Grange 100-year anniversary. Those uniforms are ugly as hell. Michigan buries them. Tuttle, baby. Tuttle time.
Zach, can you pull up team total on that game? I just want to see what FanDuel has there. Michigan. Wait.
Michigan's 24.5.
No. I saw 20 and a half.
20 and a half.
What?
Yeah, 20 minutes on that.
Yeah, I was going to be like, game of the year. No, not 24 and a half. All right. Charles Saw in the chat. Glenn, 2 passing touchdowns, plus 195. Glenn.
Is Brock Glenn?
Oh, okay. Brock Glenn.
I would need a little bit richer.
Yeah, I ain't got that. Good job with Brock. I wasn't even thinking. Man, that's terrible. Good job. Knish just owned me on that one. Knish 1, Powers 0.
Well, and Charles 0 because no, not a plus 195.
UTSA up to 6.5 versus FAU. Is there any notable injury news? Yeah, I think FAU's quarterback's out. That was one. I knew it on Wednesday. I told somebody, I'm like, I don't think he's going to play. And it was like 3.5. And then it just started racing by the end of the podcast I was doing on Wednesday morning. Damn it. These podcasts.
So, hold on.
Yeah, Fancher might not play.
Yeah, I know, but who's back? I
watched the spring game. The backup was okay.
Okay. The fact that he hasn't, Fancher was not playing well for a large part of the season. The fact that they didn't give him anything.
Need a 7. Let's hit it tomorrow.
I was going to say, if it hits 7, I'm probably in regardless of.
I hear you.
Because UTSA.
Let it hit the screen, man. Let it officially hit the screen, and then maybe we can get some. Anthony Roman, Wisconsin Chiefs teaser. Wow, he's teasing some college in the NFL.
The gold crossover teaser.
I do like a lot of teasers in the NFL this week. I can tell you that. Chiefs are one of them.
You used to get grace prices on teasers at some books, and especially.
I don't hate that one, to be honest with you.
I don't hate it either, to be honest with you. But yeah. I mean, it's all real. Like if you got to pay minus 140 for it, then no, I don't.
Yeah, if it's a minus, because if you got one leg on the college with it, if it's like minus 120 or less, I don't hate it. You got low total in a Wisconsin game. We love Wisconsin in the game. And then, I mean, honestly, you're getting Mahomes as a dog, teasing him up through 3 and 7. I don't hate that one. I don't. So I think this will get cut up. I think it's okay to tease that one. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's good. I think it's okay. And that's what he asked.
Too. Price dependent.
Yeah. Minus 120 or less.
Yes.
Reinhardt, Friday night, Ivy. I did not bet tonight's Ivy game. I pretty much made it close to the number. I needed 3.5 on Brown.
Did
What'd
not
you bet?
either. One of my guys bet over. I think over at like
49.
Yeah, 49.5, 50, something like that. So it's like 51s out there now. So, but it was a small play. Nothing on the side.
Man, 1.5, 52. There's nothing there.
Where you at on the Battle of the Dakotas? I saw you tweet ESPN2 tomorrow. I saw you tweet
I did handicap at one. I don't have a bet, man. I need 3.5 on North Dakota State. You on South Dakota State? I don't know.
I think this is one of those, like a classic. If it was around pick, I'd take the Jacks. I agree with you. 3.5 would be North Dakota.
Yeah, I'm not there. It's going to be a good game, though. Just to put in perspective, power ratings wise, I think if I would put these teams in the FBS, I think I'd have like North Dakota State 60th and like South Dakota State 40th. So, it's a legit game.
Yeah.
They are 1 and 2 in my power rankings. Montana State's 3 in the FCS. So I love that it's on ESPN at night. It's great. It'll be on one of my TVs. I'm excited. Ja Rule back again. LSU minus 2.5. They're not elite, but BK usually beats the teams he's supposed to beat outside of prime time. This is prime time. Arkansas off a bye. If you told me Taylor Green's 90% healthy, I'm taking Arkansas.
Yeah, I agree. Arkansas. But
I don't like the vibes all week. Don't like the vibes. If I had good vibes, Arkansas would be a best bet. I'm just letting you know.
I tell you what, I think if somebody out there had the right information on Green, this would not still be trading around 3.
No way. Crave fan 52 over 56.5 Vandy Ball State. How could you not bet Ball State overs? The 18 points a game, all of them have gone over. I am worried that Vandy's just going to run it in a line this game, play slow tempo, and just be very conservative. I think right now I'd prefer Ball State at 28. We talked about that.
Yep, agreed.
Step on a duck. Interesting game I have a position on. Thoughts? No. Texas, Memphis. Oh, Northern. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's literally Ron Burgundy. He's literally Burgundy. No, why? I saw a period. North Texas, Memphis. Thanks, fellas. Also, let's hear from Joey.
He never tells us the positions. This is always it's like always like the Riddler with our guy, the duck here.
He thinks that when people ask him, we're not afraid. We'll say that. No, I don't like that. We keep it real if we agree or disagree with somebody. Old Horseshoe loves the over. I don't. I think Memphis's defense is pretty legit outside the Navy game, but that was the only real good offense they faced. So I lean North Texas.
I would lean that way as well. The duck tweeted earlier, and I saw it. Have you seen the Taylor Mathis coin?
Taylor Mathis coin.
No, she's got her own meme coin, her own crypto meme coin. One of my buddies,
really,
who doesn't bet at all, does not is not involved with the betting whatsoever.
We lost you, bud.
Hold on. I'm probably on the bad mic too.
You're on the bad mic. It might be, it might be telling you something. Maybe you might not say what you're about to say. Maybe don't say what you're about to say.
They don't want me to give out the,
the universe might not be wanting you to say what you're gonna say, but say it anyways.
Yeah. Taylor Mathis coin. So the guy texted me yesterday. Do you know who Taylor Mathis is? And I was like, yeah. I ran into her at Bet She, she's blowing up. And apparently, the Degen crypto community is really in on this Taylor Mathis coin. Yeah. So do you know Taylor Mathis? Yeah. So that this is the meme coin classic pump and dump where they find one, they try and make it go mainstream, and then everybody everyone pumps up, and they people who know what they're doing dump their stuff. So maybe T-Math.
If she was smart, there'd be an easy way for her to pump these up. If you know what I'm saying. If it got to certain price, certain assets would be exposed. You're right to go wherever you want. I don't hate the
plan. I was gonna say, I'm with you.
Hey man, money's money. But Hey, I didn't. You could take that wherever you guys want, as far as your minds. I did not say anything specific there, but wow, that's. I'm not gonna say anything else. I said enough. That I'll get canceled. How do y'all think the Heisman market looks after Saturday? I'll say this: if you're gonna make a bet, if you don't have it already, if you like Georgia, bet Carson Beck. Does Quinn Ewers make a big move? I don't know.
That would be I would say that's the game where whoever you think wins.
Yeah.
That quarterback's going to be, significantly less than they are before the game. I mean, no, I'm pre-inherited, but of the bets to make to get a quarterback in 10-1 or higher, you probably take whoever you think wins that game, which, if you believe the market, would be Texas. But I've already actually got some Quinn, so I'm not doubling down on that.
Kirk in the chat, Scataboo, over rush yards. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to really focus in on him. I'd be more interested in Jeff Sims rush yards over.
Is there? Yeah, I don't hate that read there. I agree, and I'm sure you're paying a premium here for the Scataboo rushing yards.
Yeah, Sims over rush yards is what I'd be interested in. You better get with your boy franchise, see if that gets approved. Peyton, any news on Cam Fancher? Yeah, we just talked about it.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Brian Turner, we appreciate you as a new member. Carson, Texas, Georgia, we let off with that. We'll be on that maybe tomorrow. Connor in the chat, UConn Moneyline. No. Did you bet? I bet it, but a long time ago.
I was gonna say the captain of the UConn.
Pennies? You got your meme coins, the pool pennies. This is Joe.
I was kidding. Hey, listen, we don't put it past us here. I got to see if Pizzola. One, I don't know anything. I'm not smart enough to actually create one of these, so I need like a developer or something. So maybe one of Zach's buddies can actually create this thing. Are you back on the UConn ship? This is fascinating. I know Bachmeier got a little banged up last week, but I think he's good to go.
I bet him, but I didn't bet him as a favorite. I'll put it that way.
All right.
East Carolina plus 17 against Army from Gabe. I would bet that.
Yeah, okay. The market's definitely fading this back to pretty much all 17.
9 a.m. I think wait on that tomorrow. I think people are going to be betting Army still.
I think I was going to say, I think you might get to 17.5 there.
Yeah, I agree.
Big in this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. So let's we're already going to be done. I mean, it's early start time. I'm saying for you, watch the screen tomorrow. I think you are going to see a 17.5. Auburn plus 4 under 50. I bet both. I would prefer Auburn. I think they win the game outright.
Well, Auburn 4.5 was an order filled earlier today. So yep.
Well, Tout Service gave them out on Monday. Love, go Tigers. So, War Eagle, I should say. Whoa, go Tigers! I just made. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. I just misspoke more there, War Eagle, than I did 2 minutes ago with the other stuff. So if I get canceled off of this, I mean, you can just blame me. That's fine.
I am thoroughly.
You're speechless. I'm in trouble. If you're speechless, I'm in trouble.
No, I'm speechless on how disappointed I am in this Missouri season. Because I backed them in a few spots. They've let me down, and the team they just don't have it. They don't got the juice. They're not as what they were cracked up to be. I mean, there's enough data points now where it's like this team is, especially offensively.
You got any closing thoughts? That's it. I think people logged off after we started talking the meme coin.
Hey, easy, hard way to earn easy living, baby. So
last one, Virginia plus 21. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, that was a 10 played that. Some other guys I know played that. I agree with that. If you get a 21,
yeah, if you can find 21, I think you can. The Hall of Famers here in town have it. Looks like some offshore places too. But yeah, if you're in town, the Hall of Famers have it. Make sure you get after them. That's it. I got nothing, man.
Oh, hey, good to go. We can wrap it for a Friday. And what's the Zach? I don't think Zach figured out the poll. So what game we doing tomorrow?
Come on, give me more credit than that. You don't think I figured out the poll? What the heck? It was up right away. Come on, Connect.
So what's the poll results? Without further ado,
oh yeah,
we will be going live at the half of Indiana, Nebraska by an overwhelming amount. 50.
Indiana,
right,
Nebraska. People
Yeah,
love
they
the big
want it.
noon.
Yeah, they love the big noon kickoff. Don't blame them. That's a good game. Interesting game because we'll see some, Indiana finally play somebody with a pulse. So I'm glad we're doing that game. One more thing I'm going to ask of you, Zach, is we recap the best bets. Roll through them and see what you got. We didn't add that many. Am I missing some stuff here? What the hell? I might add some stuff right now. So if you stayed through the meme coin talk, you might get a bonus bet here. I got to look through look at all these papers. What the hell? All right, let me just recap it right now. Oak State tonight plus 10, Wisconsin minus 6.5. We gave out over the Western Michigan Buffalo game, Kent State plus 20.5, over in the Rice Tulane game. Haven't talked about that one. Milroe over passing yards, gave that out. Michigan State was today. I guess we did. Kentucky plus 2.5. So we gave out 3. Do I have any more? Cal, can you put up Cal? NC State. I just want to see where that line is at FanDuel. Why am I not seeing I wrote down like 10 plays. Holy
Got the
shit.
GRP notebook ready.
Oh, yeah. I need that GRP notebook. Nope, not a 10.5. Unbelievable. Let me look here. Oh, man.
No, Trepp, we didn't have any. And Trepp asking nothing in the no Brown Princeton for either of us tonight. Sadly.
Yeah, no FCS. I really didn't. I got to work on FCS tonight. Have you done anything? They just got released today. They weren't up last night. They weren't up this morning. They just got released sometime today. Did you? I see some of them moved already. Is that you?
No. Unfortunately, like it's hard to get a decent bet done on this early stuff. So no, nothing. Nothing at the moment.
No pick 6 says Brown Moneyline, much better team. So if you believe in no pick 6, he likes Brown. Power ratings lean Brown. I need like disparity to bet FCS. I need 3 or more. Yeah, Connor in the chat. It was going to be Cal minus 9.5.
I think there's a smattering of those out there.
There you go.
So if you want to shop it.
There you go. Thank you.
Like
it pays to stay. Yep. That was that's it on that was the one. We'll see. We'll come back to that tomorrow. Again, speaking of tomorrow, halftime, big noon kickoff.
Big noon.
Who would have thought we'd be doing a halftime show on the Indiana Hoosiers and not be a basketball game? I'm excited for that one. We'll see.
Yeah.
Sold out crowd. I think your boy who's paying for Bryce Underwood's going to be there.
Someone asked about Sam Webb tweeting some stuff. There's some. I'll say there's some
Sam Webb or Scam Webb after the next.
Well, it depends who went. There's some. Let's just say there's some smoke in the Michigan circles going around.
Yeah, that's exciting. If you don't know, we're in the weeds. We're talking recruiting. It's a 5-star recruit, number 1 overall recruit. He's committed to LSU right now. He's a quarterback, Bryce Underwood. He's less than 30 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
There in Ann Arbor. So there's smoke that the $3-4 million man that Portnoy promised might end up being Underwood, which would be and then they're talking about a 5-star tackle coming in.
The tackle, I think, is locked. Like based off the crystal ball stuff, he's like locked in. So. The Underwood stuff, I don't
flipping
know.
that LSU receiver, Derek Meadows.
They're trying. Oh, you know who's on campus this weekend? Not this weekend, but coming up. Donovan McCauley from Indiana, who is hit the portal after he was so.
That's what's crazy about Indiana. They're playing a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And they have so many good guys that, he didn't play enough where he transferred. I thought, he was a wanted commodity in the offseason.
Probably should have took the money somewhere else. But
yeah, I probably should have. All right. That was in the weeds. We're nerding out on recruiting stuff. We do love college football here. we do. But that'll do it. Till tomorrow. For the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish, for producer extraordinaire Zach Phillips. Thank you to all the questions, comments, concerns. I'm merely Brad Powers. You just watched Hit the Books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel. See you tomorrow.